Rivalry that never fails to deliver. And well, it did deliver today as well. Manchester United 3, Arsenal 1. Fascinating game with one incredible result. And this victory is more than victory for Manchester United. This is a statement victory because we all know Arsenal has been unstoppable from the start of the season. But to go out there and play with that kind of determination, with that kind of tempo is incredible. Incredible. And kudos to Erik ten Hag because he got his tactics right until the end of the game, same as he got against Liverpool. And you saw what that victory, that goals meant to the players, especially for Antony. It meant a whole lot because it was his debut game and that 82 million fidget spinner. Yeah, that guy scored his first goal on his debut game. Incredible. And the celebration was absolutely wild. He was celebrating that goal right in front of the Arsenal fans, and also he was kissing Man United's badge. Man United's badge. I mean, this is something that Old Trafford haven't seen in some past few years. But yeah, it was incredible, and you cannot take that moment away from Antony because, it was nothing short than a dream start to his Manchester United career at the Theatre of Dreams itself. Anyway, talking about the game was action-packed, dominated by Arsenal as we all expected, but also Manchester United were very clinical up front. And at the end of the game, it all came down to this one factor, clinicality, because Arsenal had more than enough possession. They were creating a lot of chances, but they were not finishing them. They were unable to finish them. But on the other side, Manchester United were lethal and ruthless in front of the goal. The game got played as we all expected, Arsenal dominating the position and Manchester United getting onto those counter-attacks, but boy, they were devastating onto those counter-attacks. And kudos to ten Hag for that, because, some people are still saying that this is not the way ten Hag plays the football, blah blah blah. Well, the best thing about this situation for me is that ten Hag has adapted himself to this situation because he knows with the players he have got right now at Manchester United, he cannot play that kind of football playing out from the back, especially with David De Gea. It's not possible. So yeah, I think why force them to play out that different football? Let them play on their strength. And talking about that ten Hag football, well, it's a part of process. You will get there step by step. But for now, this is the best option. And now talking about the lineups, well, both the teams came out in that 4-2-3-1 formation. And for Arsenal, it was Ramsdale who was starting in the goal. At the back four, it was Oliver Zinchenko, Gabriel, William Saliba, and Ben White at that right back position. And in midfield, they had Xhaka, Sambi Lokonga. I think he was in the place of injured Thomas Partey. And up front, they had Gabriel Martinelli, Martin Odegaard, Saka, and up front, Gabriel Jesus. As for Manchester United, they had Marcus Rashford leading the line, and behind them, it was Antony who started the game, his debut game. Just behind Marcus Rashford, Jadon Sancho. In the midfield, they had Scott McTominay, Christian Eriksen, and at the back four, Diego Dalot, Rafael Varane, Lisandro Martinez, and Malacia, and at the goal, David De Gea. And for the first 15 minutes, it was Manchester United who was dominating the game. They looked more in control, they looked more poised, and also they were kind of playing that good positional best football, moving the ball quickly, especially onto those wide areas, and involving fullbacks as much as possible in the game, which is also a kind of ten Hag's philosophy, a main trait of ten Hag's philosophy. So yeah, I think in that first 15 minutes, we got to see that blueprint of what ten Hag's football will look like at Old Trafford. But yeah, anyway, moving on to that right side of the pitch where Antony was holding that width, and with that I think Antony looked quite sharp in the game. It was his debut game, but yeah, I think it was a good debut performance. Anyway, with him, it was inverted fullback Diego Dalot who was playing with him, and I think they linked quite well because as soon as Antony used to drive inside, Diego Dalot used to understand, and then he used to go out on wide. And I think it was good to see both clicked well, Antony drawing out players as you expect towards him, and that gave a lot of time and space for Dalot to operate, and that's why he was putting quite a lot of crosses inside the box from those wide areas. And as for Arsenal, for those first few minutes, Manchester United's man marking was causing a lot of problems for them because they were unable to progress the ball through those central areas. As you can see in this picture, almost everyone is marked in this center by red shirts, leaving those two center backs but pushing them back and out wide. And that's why Ramsdale had to play wide long balls to those full backs who were mostly free. But again, a player like Antony, he was staying close to them, not like he was marking them, but he was staying close to them. So that's why whenever Zinchenko got the ball, Antony was quick to close him down. So to cope up with that problem, Zinchenko started playing as an inverted fullback as he usually do, which allowed them to add that extra man to that central area. And for that, Xhaka also started dropping onto that Zinchenko side onto those wide area, which also added another passing option for Ramsey. And yeah, from there Arsenal slowly started getting into the game. But the real shift of the momentum came after this incident. I think it was Manchester United who was kind of playing with that high line that allowed Arsenal to exploit that backline, the space behind the backline of Manchester United defense. And I think in this incident, it was Arsenal who launched the quick counter attack where Odegaard won the ball in the midfield from Eriksen, and then Saka threaded it for Martinelli, who then finished that chance perfectly. But eventually that goal was ruled out by VAR due to foul. Well, I think that goal should have stand. I mean, that challenge was too soft. And also I think the on-field call of the referee was no foul. But still, the challenge was too soft. But anyway, that incident set the tone for Arsenal to gain that momentum from here. And yeah, this incident allowed Arsenal to gain more control. And this pushed Manchester United a little bit more deeper. And that's why they started playing those long ball strategy from David De Gea. But yeah, you cannot deny that strategy isn't successful because they have this guy McTominay who would be there. He's a serial ball winner, and for like every second ball he would be there. He would be there to win it. And with him they had Eriksen, who was fantastic today, and it was due to his brilliance which led to the first goal. I mean, look at the body position of Eriksen over here. A normal player would play just a straight pass to one of the defender or to the full backs, you can see. But eventually he goes for something different that no one would have done. He picks out Bruno brilliantly, and from there the Bruno passes to Sancho, and then Sancho to Rashford. Then Rashford lays out perfectly for Antony, and then Antony, I think he has a lot of space. I think it was Zinchenko who's gone on to close down Rashford, that left Antony like alone, and he got that whole lot of space and time, and from there he brilliantly took that chance and finished it. And talking about Eriksen, I think Eriksen adds some different kind of creativity into the midfield of Manchester United, because as we all know, Bruno Fernandes kind of playing as a number 10. He makes those movements which helps him to set free from his marker. And I think to make the most out of those movements, you need a player like Eriksen who always thinks to move the ball forward, who knows where his attackers are. And that's why I think in this position he knew where Bruno Fernandes is, and I think it was his sheer brilliance the way he picked out Bruno Fernandes from that position. But I think in the second half, Arsenal started the game onto the front foot by making some tactical changes, as Zinchenko and Ben White both were playing as an inverted fullback. That allowed both the number 8 Xhaka and Odegaard to stay in those half spaces close to those wingers, especially Gabriel Jesus, which allowed them to play in those little triangles, a quick 1-2 football. And the equalizer did came as Arsenal was knocking on the door. It was a mistake by Rafael Varane, who left his position and then misplaced a pass, and then Odegaard had a great space in this central area to operate. He laid down that ball ahead for Gabriel Jesus, who was running into that space left by Varane, but it falls for Saka eventually, and then he scored a great equalizer from there. But again, the same thing happened as Arsenal were in full control of the game. They were playing that high line. They were obviously playing with that high line, but Manchester United, as I said, was devastating in the counter attacks. And again, it was Christian Eriksen who scanned the space, got the ball, then he gave it to Bruno Fernandes, and from there it was Bruno Fernandes outside of his right foot, an exquisite pass for Marcus Rashford, who took it brilliantly and put Manchester United ahead. And well, the third goal was completely due to the substitution happened, because for Arsenal, I think they called off Zinchenko, so I think they were playing with no left back and also with no left wing back. That allowed a lot of space for Manchester United to work from there. And I think it was also Fred. It was his brilliant off the ball movement run which I saw that opened up a channel or space for Bruno Fernandes to put the ball back in that high line of Arsenal. I think it was Christian Eriksen who exploited that space very well. I think from there it was a 1v2 situation with him and Marcus Rashford. He kept his cool, he slot the ball through for Rashford inside the box, and from there Rashford scored his second goal, same as he did on his debut against Arsenal. And talking about Marcus Rashford, we got to have conversation about him, because he's stepping up in the big games, he's scoring goals, he's gaining his confidence back, and if he keeps scoring like this at this rate, well, he's gonna eat the place of Cristiano Ronaldo and as well as of Anthony Martial. But still, anyway, it's good. It's good to see that he's getting back in the form. And yeah, I think credit goes to Erik ten Hag because he already told Marcus Rashford in the preseason that he is gonna use him or he's gonna try him on that number 9 position. And well, Marcus Rashford is kind of delivering it on that position. And yeah, great victory for Manchester United and Erik ten Hag. I mean, like, glory days, are glory days back at Old Trafford? Well, I'm not sure about the glory days, but still I think they're playing good football. I mean, come on, they are still unbeaten from like past 4 games, and whatever start they got like for this season was absolutely bonkers. But right now they're on the 5th position on the table, I guess, just 3 points apart from the table toppers. I think Arsenal on 15 points and Manchester United are on 12 points. Well, that's crazy to think. I mean, yeah, whatever the start they got from this season, but right now I think after making few signings, I think they have lifted up the morale. I mean, still, I think there are like room for improvement, as even Erik ten Hag has been saying into his post-match interviews. There is a lot of room for improvement. Anyway, at the end, like, it's all about winning at Manchester United, and Erik ten Hag is doing that. So yeah, that's it for today, guys. Thanks for watching the video. Do let me know your thoughts about this game into the comments down below, and also if you like this video, please like and share this video, and also subscribe to the channel. And as usual, I'll meet you soon with another new video. Until that time, just enjoy the game.